On the evening of Friday, March 22nd, 2024, a devastating terrorist attack unfolded at the Crocus City Hall, a popular concert venue located on the western outskirts of Moscow, Russia. The attack began when several gunmen clad in combat fatigues stormed the hall and opened fire on the unsuspecting audience, who were attending a sold-out performance by the Soviet-era rock band Picnic. The assailants also detonated explosives, igniting a massive blaze that engulfed the venue. The horrific incident left at least 115 people dead and more than 185 injured, making it one of the deadliest attacks on Russian soil in recent decades. In the aftermath of the tragedy, Russian authorities launched a sweeping investigation, leading to the arrest of 11 individuals, including 4 believed to be directly involved in the attack. The international community, including the United Nations Security Council, swiftly condemned the heinous and cowardly act of terrorism, expressing solidarity with the victims, their families, and the people of Russia during this time of immense grief. In a surprising twist, the Islamic State's Afghan affiliate, ISIS-K, ISIL, has claimed responsibility for the attacks. However, Putin is left with a plethora of enemies he might think is behind the attacks. It is conceivable that President Putin might seek to cast blame on Russian opposition groups, such as the Russian Volunteer Corps, RDK, the Freedom of Russia Legion, or the Russian Partisan Movement. Given these organizations' avowed aims of wielding sabotage and guerrilla tactics to resist Putin's rule, they could be framed as convenient scapegoats under a narrative of domestic terrorists scheming to destabilize Russia, should Putin opt for an alternative explanation to ISIS-K's claim of responsibility. However, Putin has no shortage of other adversaries he might point the finger at. The ongoing conflict with Ukraine raises the possibility of Putin suggesting Ukrainian forces or intelligence operatives orchestrated the attack to undermine Russian security and stability. Moreover, Putin has frequently accused Western nations, especially the United States and its allies, of meddling to weaken his government, potentially leading him to insinuate that foreign intelligence services played a hand in the attack. Historically, Russia has also grappled with Chechen separatists notorious for terrorist attacks in the past. Although largely subdued, Chechen militants might still be blamed by Putin. Domestically, Putin faces criticism from various opposition factions, including political activists and organizations he might accuse of attempting to sow chaos and destabilize his leadership through the attack. Finally, while ISIS-K has claimed responsibility, Putin could propose that other Islamic extremist groups like Al-Qaeda or its affiliates were involved, possibly in collusion with any of the aforementioned entities, should he seek to deflect blame from the most likely perpetrator. It is important to note that groups like the RDK and Freedom of Russia Legion have so far mostly limited their armed resistance activities to Russian-occupied parts of Ukraine or border regions, rather than attacks deep inside Russia itself. They also tend to focus their operations on military and government targets, not civilian sites. Also, these are just speculations, and more importantly, this is still a developing story.